Alright, so here's a story that I've been wanting to do this week, but the thing is I didn't have enough facts before I could say anything. And it's culminated, it's the basic story was that a young woman named Tashika McKay was killed killed by her apparent boyfriend, Markland Hayles. And the thing is that it culminated to them almost getting jungle justice before the police came and saved him. Yeah, you know it's a common theme like whenever these wastemen or suspected wastemen kill their wives or girlfriends, that when they're about to get that work, the police always come in time. I mean, they don't come in time to save some of these women, whether from being killed in the first place, but yeah, they always come to save perpetrators of said crime. I mean, that's a common theme right here. And the thing is, I was saying, okay, maybe okay. I don't have all the facts. I'm not going to say yea or nay that this guy got what he deserved or not. I said okay, if he's guilty, he should part of me saying hey, the police should have just let the mob save them the trouble. I'll just sending him this guy up the mortal coil because those type of people who do that, and the fact that this woman was pregnant while before her brutal killing, yeah, I have no sympathy for people who do that now. And it turns out that Markland Hayles also apparently killed himself in custody after confessing. So yeah, I didn't really shed any tears when I heard this. So, but the thing is, I was waiting to hear his full stories because I knew there was more to tell. I think Paltrix Watch dropped a video today saying that there's what exactly led up to it, and the fact that the guys keeps it consistent. I'm gonna have to go to what he's saying and. Well, okay, so what has basically happened apparently is that Tashika and Markland who were involved. They were having like this little lover spat, and it's very obvious this wasn't the first spat that they had. Because leading up to it, though, this obvious relationship was not something you see in a Hallmark movie. Like this was obviously a relationship filled with arguments and whatnot. So obviously, this just culminated in what happened. And I think for Patrick's Watch is saying that people are saying that this woman, apparently Tashika, apparently gave him a jacket that she got pregnant. The unborn child that she had that this monster killed was his child, and the fact that he probably when they're arguing, seeing things to hurt each other, that she just said, "Hey, by the by, this child that's in my, the seed that's in my, hold on." All right, so I was just saying, okay, so apparently leading up to the killing, Tashika McKay's killing, that they were having an argument. Sorry, I had to take an important phone call right there. Yeah, it culminated with well again, you know it goes that couples argue, they say hurtful and spiteful things, especially if they don't have a very mature mindset. And I think the situation kind of reminds me of the movie Poetic Justice with Regina King and Joe Torre's character, where I think it was I forget the name of Regina King's character, I mean, where she was pretty much this dislikable character, and her and her boyfriend, I think Senior, they were basically having relationship issues, and then they had an argument, and again they said things back and forth to hurt each other, and then she pretty much struck below the belt by saying that okay, that she was giving up the thing, and again, you know, once they give up the thing to one of her coworkers, and again the guy resulted in the guy going turn to the Ike and Tina Turner. Alright, and the thing is that neither side looked good. I mean, like, he didn't condemn Senior's actions for getting violent with his so-called girlfriend, but then again, his girlfriend was pretty much not a sympathetic person in that particular moment to say to her boyfriend that she was giving him bun. And yeah, you could probably say that this is a similar case where both Tashika and Markland are pretty much senior and get the name of Regina King's character in Poetic Justice. But the thing is, I'm going to say is if that's how it went down, that Tashika, I'm not going to, here's the thing I'm going to do. One, I'm not ever going to condone what Markland Hayles did. Alright, because I'm not going, because but if I say what Tashika's true, I'm not co-signing what she did either, because that would have to be a very low blow to tell somebody that hey, by the by, the unborn child I'm carrying my belly is not yours, and I'm not doing it in a very I'm doing it in a very spiteful way by telling you this. and so on. And the thing is, like I said, and so this in that sense, I mean, in the sense that neither side looks sympathetic, but I know that I might have to word this careful because I know some people are going to say, "Oh boy, boy, you wicked boy, you're basically saying that this woman deserved her death, or that you're basically saying Markland Hayles should have killed her." If anybody has enough sense and right or reasoning would know that I don't get down like that. All right, because what I'd say is that if that played out the way it's said, because again, Politics Watch usually delivers 100% or close to 100% though, because no one is ever 100% correct. All right, I can't really say that there. I can't. All right, I just have to tell the truth as it is. I mean, it's not about who was more sympathetic or not, but I can't really I have to tell the honest truth. No, if you and so on. No, the thing I'd say with that Markland Hales was more wrong because hey, if she had said that and so on, yeah, I can understand you'd be furious that you pretty much go into that you pretty much want to go into Hulk Hulk mode that you just want to just explode like a active volcano, and that'd be understandable. All right, but at the same time though, is that was it really worth it? Really giving away? Was it really worth it? Throwing away your life though, just for one woman, or cause some bullshit though. I mean, if she had given him jacket like this, is what they're saying. All right, was it okay? The best thing he could have done was just calmly say, you know what? I just sit there, okay, yeah, you could cuss her out and tell her all of this, which would be fine. I mean, my belief is that as a man, if you get into with a woman, argument with a woman, just keep it verbal. When it goes to the point where you want to actually put hands on her, regardless of what she does, yeah, there's no going back from that though, because basically that point, your point, unfortunately, you lose right there big time. Because what generally happens is that you say that okay, I'm going to put my hands on this woman, much less kill her and murder her an unborn child like that. Again, your life is pretty much over though, and that's basically what happened with Markland. He said, you know what? I basically let my emotions get the best of me, and for rather than just walking away. And yeah, I know people say it's not easy, and then you have to deal with the fact that in Jamaican culture, a lot of men that our egos and pride comes to women. That's more important than making common sense or keeping our livelihood and our freedom. I know that people say, boy, if me to walk away as leave her and so on, or people in the community would have mocked him and say, but him a waste man, or he's a beta male, him a gal clown, the gal this you like that. Let me tell you something, obviously, and this is from common sense point of view. All the men most of the men who are going to, or people are going to say that crap to you, these same people are not going to be bailing you out of jail. These people are not going to be visiting you in jail when you actually cross that particular line. Man, those people are then going to be saying, boy, the man fool, why him throw him life. Those people are going to be us at that. I mean, all right, regardless of what you do or you don't do. So if you're going to say, okay, if you that this woman deserved her death, or so on, you really do not want to take advice from people like that though. And again, if she did do what they said, did give him jack like that, yeah, I'm not really going to be saying, hey, I'm not going to be saying, okay, that she's a paragon of virtue, that she was this angel, pure as a wind-driven snow. And I know I'm not saying that either, if this is true, but end of the day is that this situation obviously could have been the smartest thing he could have done. And this is primarily for the men who are in this situation, because too many of our Jamaican men, unfortunately, get this situation. Regardless of whether the women are innocent or not, though, is that you said that, okay, your ego, your pride is more important than keeping your freedom, your livelihood. And this is the end result. Because what happened to this guy at the end? Okay, this guy, as a result of his actions, he's deprived this woman because she had another child prior to this. You deprived her daughter, I think she's 4 year old, of her mother. Regardless of what her mother is, what kind of person mother is. Alright, this little girl is going to grow up without her mother, and hopefully the biological father of her daughter is in her life, but that void is going to be hard to feel, especially if she's old enough to have memories of her mom. Like, she's going to grow up not having a mother in her life, and an unborn child who had no control over the situation that was real that that was present. That unborn child has been robbed of his or her chance to actually live life because of this guy saying, okay, hey, if that scarcity mindset where he said, okay, if I can't have her, have you, no one else can. I wasn't even thinking about the unborn child. Right, and it was all he basically said that if she had given him bond that, okay, you know what? You and the real father, biological real father of your unborn child, you can mind that picnic together. We are done. Just walk away, find a better woman. That is the smartest thing this guy could have done. All right, but again, this is an object study. This is basically a case study of what you want, how not to handle problems in a relationship, and that's pretty much what my take on this is. Though, is that there are no the people I feel most sorry for is that this woman's child, as well as the unborn child that was robbed of a chance to live his or her life. And yeah, it's not lost on me that this Markland Hayles mom is basically saying that she's basically hand waving away what her son did. It's basically saying that and basically saying that he didn't commit suicide or that the police murdered him. Like she's not really addressing the fact that what your son did, regardless of whether or not he felt the son felt justified, regardless of what his girlfriend may or may not have done. You're basically hand waving away the fact that, hey, my own son just killed two people. All right, rather than just basically saying, hey, I can't condone what happened to my son. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for what happened. My condolences go to this woman's family. Again, whether or not the woman was an angel or not, you could have said something like that. But then again, a lot of these parents, when some of these so-called children do bullshit, they act like their children post-mortem walk on water or basically disciples of Christ, that these people are basically Santa's little helpers, like they're innocent paragons of virtue who did no wrong, and all the people who are pointing out the obvious are bad-minded and ray. Yeah. Yeah, this whole situation is lost, but this is just a case study. I mean, like this is how you do not handle relationship problems. And yeah, have I been burnt? Have I got my heart broken by people of the opposite sex? Yeah, most basically all can attest that. What I have not done is that I have not basically said, hey, I'm going to turn to Ike Turner and make the so-called female in question into Tina Turner. And I not even thought, even contemplate, hey, I'm just going to go, um, that I'm just basically going to go, sorry, what's the name? I'm not going to go like the husband in that movie Maria did. I think if you watch that movie Maria, you know that story, like where Maria was basically a loose woman, married this guy that loved her, and then she basically gave him bun. And then the husband basically said, hey, you know, if I can't have you, no one can. He pretty much sent her off the mortal coil. Yeah, you might not want to do that. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, but anyways, this is pretty much the end of my current sources for State of Jamaica and the Caribbean. Check my YouTube pages, Real Thoughts and Miles, As Productions, and Miles Goods and Fair. Peace.